Hello everybody, Craig Forrestall here, bringing you the Friday Flex of the Week. Now the Friday Flex of the Week is something I've been putting out on NFL Draft Diamonds this year, and people have reached out to me asking for it in video form. If you ask, you shall receive. So this is the first installment of the Friday Flex video edition. Now, like I said, that's what I've been putting on NFL Draft Diamonds. Go ahead and catch all of my draft content, fantasy football content there on NFLDraftDiamonds.com, along with the That Sports Guy podcast, which is also featured on all major podcast platforms, along with the Draft Diamonds website. And like I said, we're going to talk about the Friday Flex of the Week. The Friday Flex of the Week isn't someone that's on the map that everyone knows is going to have a huge game. This is someone that has a plus matchup, is seeing a usage increase or uptick, and has all of the makings to truly come away with a top-notch performance. And this week it is Los Angeles Chargers running back Justin Jackson. Now, Justin Jackson has been in the league for a minute, coming out of Northwestern, where he was a 4-year player. At Northwestern, in those 4 years, he had 3 seasons where he had over 300 yards receiving. And then as a rusher, every single season, all 4 seasons, he went over 1,000 yards. What does that tell you about Justin Jackson? When you put the ball in his hands, he moves forward. He gets yards. Now, where are the chunk plays? The chunk plays come. He's a supreme athlete. If you're going to compare him to Austin Ekeler, I think the best thing you could do is go Pepsi, Diet Pepsi. Austin Ekeler is going to give you all the flavor, all the juice, all the fizz, all the fun. And then Justin Jackson is going to give it to you on the diet version. You're going to get all the flavor. You're going to get all that same stuff, but the calories aren't going to hit you as bad, right? So it's still Pepsi, but it's just a little bit watered down. And that's exactly what you're going to get from Justin Jackson. He showed us that in Week 5. In Week 5 against the Saints, he took 15 carries for 71 yards, added another 5 catches for 23. Total the day, 94 yards, 20 touches. While he didn't hit the end zone, that's still a nice day in PPR formats. And this week, he gets a Jags defense that doesn't know how to stop the run. They're giving up 143.8 rushing yards per game and have allowed 8 rushing touchdowns. And it just doesn't stop there for the Jags. We can also highlight their inefficiencies in the pass game, as they've allowed 2 touchdowns, 255 yards, and 36 receptions to running backs so far this season. That's 10 touchdowns surrendered to running backs. They've played 6 games. Translation, over 1.5 touchdowns per game for running backs. Now let's go through and let's highlight 4 running backs that have had big days against this Jags D. We're going to start off with 2 backs from last week, the Detroit Lions, Deandre Swift and Adrian Peterson. The 2 of them combined for 3 touchdowns. And I'll go ahead, I'll read you the stat line. Swift had 14 carries, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 catches for 7 yards. Peterson added 15 carries for 40 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 catch, and 18 yards. That's 29 carries for 156 yards. Anthony Lynn likes to run the ball. He wants to establish the run. He's going to get Jackson work early. You saw the touches that he had Week 5 before the bye, and in that Week 6 bye was going to allow them offensively to create more run schemes and plays that fit Justin Jackson's style. But Craig, you said 4 running backs. That's only 2. Not a problem. Joe Mixon, 25 carries, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, added 6 catches for 30 yards and another score. And then we can look at David Johnson, Houston Texans. He ended up putting through 17 carries for 97 yards, added 2 catches for 7 yards, right? David Johnson didn't hit the end zone, but he still had a nice day in PPR formats, breaking double-digit points. And when you look at David Johnson so far this season, you can see he's been up and down, but he had a nice day against the Jags. So that should show you that the Chargers are sitting pretty to have a nice run day against the Jaguars. Like I said, giving up 143.8 rushing yards per game. So what does that mean Justin Jackson's going to do this week? I think Justin Jackson's good for 15 carries, 74 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 catches, 37 yards. Get him in your lineup and watch it pay off. Good luck to all you fantasy players out there.